Hunter Valley Arts first group exhibition, and I'm Steve James. I run the place, not this place, but Hunter Valley Art, and the teacher there. But I'd like to introduce our celebrity this evening formally to open the proceedings for us. So I'd like to present I've got the blind lights now, excuse me. Virginia Mitchell, who is the director of Cessnock Regional Gallery, and she's very kindly offered the time to come and open the exhibition for us. So I'd like you to give her a round of applause.
Very hard to be holding drinks. I've got the proceedings all wrong. Look, I know there's lots of you here in all in summer clothes because it's so warm in here, but seeing you've all come out, I thought you might as well be subject to a few words. And I think because there's some very important people here tonight who are having their very first exhibition in a public gallery, that we really do need to recognise what an achievement that is. There are many, many who try and many, many who apply to all sorts of galleries to get that opportunity, and they get turned down, not because they're necessarily bad, but because so many people are out there trying to get their works on display. So congratulations on making it here to LORN Gallery, and congratulations to Steve for facilitating that. But more importantly, or perhaps not more importantly, but the subtext to that is to get here you need to have done some very serious work, and you need to be supported by some great colleagues, some very understanding family, and a very, very good teacher. And I think obviously, given all the fabulous people here tonight, you've all got very, very understanding family. You've the artists that I've met either at our studio or here tonight or at Steve's place have been a wonderful group of people. I know you give each other a lot of support and encouragement, and you create a really safe place in which you feel confident to make art, and that's really important. The really important thing though is the fact that Steve creates those opportunities and creates that environment in which that can happen. Steve himself, as you know, is a fantastic artist. He's got a really strong background in very solid drawing, very creative art school sort of environment, and that all comes through in his work, particularly his drawing. And I only found out tonight he was taught drawing at Waverley Willara by John Santry, and I was like immediately jealous. You all have to go home and Google John Santry, a fairly little known Australian artist who's working prolifically in sort of the 50s, 60s. Great draftsman, wonderful, wonderful drawing. So for all of you painting here tonight, you've got that in your pedigree as well. The thing that's amazing tonight is the diversity of the works here, the incredible range of things, the figurative, the abstract, the expressionist, almost the botanical up there in the corner, the range of media, the oils, the acrylics, the pencil, the pen. Everything's been given a go, and everybody's finding their own mediums. And Susanna with her collage, everybody's feeling confident about where they're going or experimenting with where they're going as well. And only a really, really good teacher is able to create an environment where that can happen. Too often you'll go to an exhibition of people who have learnt together and perhaps paint together, and there'll be a certain something going through all of those works, a certain similarity, perhaps in the palette, perhaps in the subject matter, certainly in the style. I know even when I was teaching high school art, the thing that I was always looking for, I mean, even if you go to, say, a high school art exhibition, say their HSC show or something, if you walk in and you see everything's kind of got the same feel about it, you know it's really the teacher that's just using those students as surrogates really to produce that work. A really good teacher is able to work with each individual to understand what their strengths are, to help them to develop those strengths and introduce them to new ideas, and create the right environment where they feel that they can let that out. So I think we have to congratulate Steve on being a really thorough teacher.
Thank you.
The other thing, of course, you know Steve's a great painter, and he's got a few of his works here, and I love these little face pictures. And I've been talking to Louise, who has a background as a nurse, and you probably all know that Steve also has a background as a nurse, and I found that fascinating, and thinking how that kind of training leads into art. Often we think about art as being reactionary, reacting against things, reacting against an oppressive childhood, reacting against conservatism, or reacting against almost anything you can think of. But good art really comes out of a combination, sort of bringing together of all of your experiences in life, bringing together all of your personal highs and lows, your learning environments, your childhood, your school years, the good teachers and the bad teachers. Someone here has a teacher that made her hate mauve. You know, I had a teacher that made me hate blue because we had a fight over it. How you think you can fight over blue, but you can, you know, it's really amazing. And that's made me completely lose my train of thought. What were we doing before I got into that anxious moment of hating blue?
We're back. It's a safe place.
Lots of red.
Nice students.
We were talking about Steve bringing his whole background to his work, and I was thinking about the attributes of really fine nurses. We want people who are really on top of their game, people who are really in control of what they're doing, people who are knowledgeable, people who are passionate, people who have a great attention to detail and fantastic observational skills. And you think about it, all of those things are necessary if you're going to be a really good artist, a really good painter. You've got to be able to look, you've got to be able to listen, you've got to be able to translate things, you've got to be able to understand and take apart what it is that you're looking at and put it all back together in another way. So I think Steve is just hitting that prime of his life as an artist, as a teacher, where we're going to get the best out of him. This is only the beginning, the best is yet to come. We're hoping New York, you come back painting like Rothko or something, I don't know.
Well, maybe we won't. I'll send you a postcard.
But look, I just want to congratulate you all. Great effort on Steve's part, great effort on your part, great support from families and friends. I hope to see lots more come out of this group. I'm looking and I see lots of works at different stages of development, and that doesn't mean that artists start here and go there. They actually kind of go like this, and they have ups and lows, and they have changes in style, and they experiment, and sometimes they're happy with them and sometimes they're not. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this group changes and develops, and we'll be back here this time next year. Do it all again, perhaps. Let's hope
if Kathy
so.
let us come back.
If not here, somewhere equally fantastic. So congratulations. Will I formally declare the show open?
Please do.
I don't know if I can pull a curtain or something. Congratulations, everyone. A wonderful show. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much for taking the time to come and help us out. And those very kind words. We'll just get through the door. So could we just have another? Could we have another round of applause for Virginia to thank her for her efforts? Thank you.
I think they're actually proud now.
Yeah.